Gayle. Welcome to my channel, and this is Tomlin. Say hi, Tomlin. On Fridays, we do a service dog Q&A, but yesterday's live stream, a couple of questions were asked about taking your dog to a national park. So Tomlin and I, say hi, Tomlin. We're going to talk about that. You want in with me, bud? Yeah, you gonna help me out? Okay. All right. Start planning on what you need to take your dog to the national park well before you arrive. Although the ADA states that service dogs can go just about every place that humans can go, there are some special considerations when it comes to national parks. Most national parks require service dogs and pets to be on a leash that's no longer than 6 feet. In fragile areas like these ruins, there may be special considerations that leads down. Of course, Tomlin's ready to go. It can be especially important to pay closer attention to your dog when you're in these areas. Research before you leave home to determine if you need booties for rocky or sandy soil. Bodies of water can be especially dangerous for a service dog who may not be used to being around rough water. Also, pay attention and do not let your service dog drink from any of the water surface because there may be harmful bacteria. Always keep your dog close to you and on that 6-foot leash or shorter in these situations. Rangers at parks that have abundant wildlife have almost always stopped me from taking Tomlin onto trails and sometimes even out of the car. Watch Tomlin as he spots this elk from the car window. Dogs are trained to ignore, but here's the thing. The animals don't know that the dog's going to ignore them, and our service dogs are not used to being around wildlife like this. In this case, this is an elk, not typical for your backyard critters. And some animals are just plumb antagonistic when it comes to service dogs, like this grizzly that we saw walking down the road. Now, fortunately, Tomlin was in the back of the van and didn't see the grizzly, but it would have been a bad time for Tomlin to have noticed it and barked. And wildlife can notice animals even through the windshields of a vehicle. Watch this rabbit as he sees Tomlin when Tomlin gets in my lap in the van and puts his nose out the window. And although you hear some movement in the vehicle, notice that Tomlin never barked or whined. A lot of national parks have started using buses or shuttles. Here's the thing, if your dog's not used to riding on one, practice before you leave home. A crowded bus in a national park full of tourists is not the time to learn new skills. Another shuttle bus, and then that takes us to. And just like at home, bring a water bowl. You have a lot of the same risks at a national park than you do at home. The added ones really seem to me to be wildlife and access to clean water. Excellent behavior is not an option. I witnessed a, quote, service dog getting in trouble just because he had not been used to being around so many people. Now, I didn't have that problem with Tomlin, as you can see, but some people do have problems with their service dog. Now, given all of this situation of being around such strange places, if you think you're going to have even the slightest chance that your service dog is going to act out, go ahead and do some extra work or get with a trainer or an agency before you leave home, just to brush up on the skills, because this is very different and you don't know for sure how your service dog is going to act in such a radically different environment. And just like with kids, a bag of treats and toys can go a long way, even if it doesn't have the phone. Oh, and before I forget, something else that I like to think about before I leave home is whether or not Tomlin is going to wear his service dog vest. I give a lot of consideration to the weather about this. The ADA doesn't require service dogs to be in a vest, but as we all know, it keeps people from asking the question, "Can I pet your service dog?" But some of the national parks that I've been to have been in the desert, like this clip from Valley of Fires, which was in New Mexico. And in those situations, for a husky to wear a service dog vest, it can actually be dangerous for him. And his health is my primary consideration, because if he's not healthy, he can't keep me healthy. Speaking of healthy, in addition to bringing his regular dog food and the treats that he's used to having, a health certificate is vital. It's best to spend a few minutes at the vest to get one prior to leaving home. Much better to have it with you and not need it than to need it and not have it.
We're just doing the boarded salad vaccine.
Yep,
Okay.
and we'll need the health certificate. So we
Or records or something.
Whatever.
Oh, okay, fantastic. We can definitely make everything done and send that with you guys. Okay? Fantastic.
If you are ever in a national park where you cannot take your service dog out of your vehicle and you have to take care of your own personal needs, park as close as possible to the restroom and don't be gone too long. And look who we have. We have our own brand of wildlife right here. Looky there. Because he misses you. I think that's a Tomlin. Oh, look. So do you go to national parks with your service dog? What suggestions do you have? Leave them in the comment section below. And by all means, if you like this video, give us a like and don't forget to subscribe for more great videos. Tomlin, let's go get a treat, shall we? Let's go. And we'll see you out about and online after we get a treat. Make sure to hit that subscribe and that like button before you go. Thanks. Bye.